Hi, I'm Michael P. Clive, Weber Grill Master here at the Weber Grill Academy, and today we're going to be grilling up some fantastic Ontario pork. Now, one of my favorite cuts is the pork tenderloin. It's so lean, so tender, and because it's not a locomotive muscle, you can almost just cut it with your fork. First, I've got my pork tenderloin, and it's got this little band of silver skin. As the meat cooks and shrinks, this band of silver skin doesn't really melt away, as rather it kind of tightens up and helps actually twist the loin a little bit. So I want to remove that. All I do is I take my sharp boning knife and I get right underneath that flap of silver skin, pulling tight, and it just comes off so easily. From here, we want to get into the seasoning. Now, at the Weber Grill Academy, we are all about oiling your food, not your cooking grates. And so what I'm going to do first things first here, I'm going to reach for a little bit of oil. I'm using a little grapeseed oil, and I'm just going to liberally add that to our pork tenderloin. From there, I'm going to take my one hand and just massage that oil in. Now, with my left hand, keeping it dry, we have right here a rub. Now, the rub is comprised of paprika, cumin, chili powder. Of course, you can always go out and buy your favorite rubs and use those as well. Just start liberally seasoning it over top and rubbing it in to our pork tenderloin. You want to get all sides and surface coated with this wonderful rub. All right, let's go to the grill. We're looking for a temperature around 500 degrees. If it floats just below or just over, that's okay. But we do really need it to be that high because that temperature, when the meat comes in contact with the cooking grate, will coax out the sugars and give us caramelization, which is flavor. So let's lift up the shroud, properly preheated, on direct heat. We take our tenderloin and we take it to the grill like so. Already the sounds of sizzle come alive, but we want to trap these aromas in. So we're going to close this lid and we are going to trust our timer. Right here, I have a timer. I'm going to set it for about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And then now we've got peace of mind. We can go back and start working on other items for our beautiful pork dish. This is the pork tenderloin coming together. Knobs of butter to the pan. Melt it down. Zest. Juice it. Let's sweeten the deal with honey. Finish with more of that rub. All right, 4.5 minutes. Our first round of time has passed. And so from here, all I like to do is I'd like to just roll it onto a new part of the cooking grate. From there, we can see nice grill marks are being achieved. So we close the lid and we're going to set our time for another 4.5 minutes. So in the last 2 minutes of the cook, what I like to do here, I like to take that little bit of glaze, all that lime, a little bit of butter and honey, and again, a little bit of that rub, and brush it over top of our tenderloin. Nice brushing. Nice brushing. All right, that pork tenderloin should just be perfect at this point. We're going to just open up that lid. It's shiny, it's sticky with that glaze, and we're just going to bring it now back to the table where we're going to rest it. What I like to do here is I like to just crimp it on one side of the plate and the opposite side of the plate. From there, we let it breathe out of either end. That 155 degree Fahrenheit internal doneness is actually climbing to 160 degrees. What happens is we don't trap steam in there. It's not going to overcook. It's actually just going to become juicy and proper for us to enjoy later. A few minutes have passed, approximately 4 to 5 minutes, and now we remove the tin foil and we take our pork tenderloin, looks so good, and we're just going to place that onto our cutting board. I don't like to cut it too thinly unless I'm making a sandwich, and more times than not when I'm serving it this way, I like to just slice them almost into medallions. Yes, and then from here, we show off that beautiful, juicy pork. And with a little bit of pink, that's good. That means that we've got nice, moist, good flavor, properly cooked pork.